Welcome to BSc Statistics students. So in this class I explain Cramer-Rao inequality. This is one of the very important inequality. So in the theory of estimation. What is Cramer-Rao inequality? The statement. We see the statement. If T is an unbiased estimator of gamma theta, if T is an unbiased estimator, of, for example, gamma theta, where gamma theta is a function of theta, then variance of T, it is greater than or equal to dou by dou theta of gamma theta whole square divided by expectation of dou by dou theta of log L whole square, which means variance of T, it is greater than or equal to, it is we can write gamma dash theta the whole square divided by I theta. It is usually write I theta. What is I theta? I theta is equal to expectation of dou by dou theta of log L whole square. That is only expectation of dou by dou theta of log L whole square. It is information on theta supplied by the sample. Usually we consider in the fashion of it is an information on theta supplied by the sample, right? So this is what we consider I theta. This is the statement of Cramer-Rao inequality. These two statisticians specified that if T is an unbiased estimator of gamma theta, then this is the lower bound. This is the lower bound. What is the lower bound for variance of T? For variance of T, it is always greater than or equal to gamma dash theta whole square by I theta. I theta is expectation of dou by dou theta of log L whole square. So this is what the statement, for which you have the some regularity conditions, which are called regularity conditions. Regularity conditions. The regularity conditions we discuss one by one the regularity conditions. Regularity condition number one, the parameter space, the capital theta, it is usually called as parameter space. The parameter space theta, it is always is a non-degenerate open interval in the real line. That is a non-degenerate open interval. Non-degenerate open interval on the real line. The first one. Second one, almost all x is equal to x1, x2 and so on xn. If you consider x is equal to x1, x2 and so on xn, we consider for all x, for all theta belongs to capital theta, theta is a parameter, is a parameter space, dou by dou theta of L exists. Dou by dou theta of L, that is likelihood function. It can be written as L of x comma theta. It is exist. It is also an exceptional set, if any, it is independent of theta. It is exist dou by dou theta under derivative, which means derivative of L, dou by dou theta of L is going to be existed. It exists, and any particular exceptional set, if any exists, it is independent of theta, right? That is the second regularity condition. And the third one, the range of integration is independent of parameter theta. The range of integration is independent of parameter theta, and so that f of x comma theta, whichever you write f of x comma theta, it is differentiable under the integral sign. That is the third regularity condition. And the fourth one, if you consider the differentiation and integration, so the two particular parts, differentiation and integration, which are exchangeable, that is interchangeable. Differentiation and integration which are interchangeable. We can interchange, for example, you have differentiation and then integration. We can change it into integration and differentiation. Similarly, vice versa, right? Which can be interchangeable. That is, which can be interchangeable. Next one, fifth regularity condition, I theta. We are specifying that it is expectation of dou by dou theta of log L whole square, which is exist and is positive for all theta belongs to capital theta, and they exist and positive for all theta belongs to capital theta. These are called regularity conditions. Right, under these regularity conditions, this Cramer-Rao inequality is going to be proved. Okay, right. So for which what we consider first? So we consider at first in the part of proof. I am starting the proof, which means I am proving the variance of t is greater than or equal to gamma dash theta whole square by I theta. For which what we have to consider. So first of all, I am considering, let x be the random variable. Let x be a random variable, which means it is taking the values x1, x2, and so on xn, and which is having the function f of x comma theta, probability function, and let us consider likelihood function L is equivalent to b. It is f of x1 comma x2 and so on xn theta. It can be expressed as it is f of x1 comma theta multiplied by f of x2 comma theta and so on multiplied by f of xn comma theta, and we know it is we can write as product of I is equal to 1 to n f of xi comma theta. We can specify in this fashion. So L, this is going to be represented by L likelihood function, or else we can also specify Lx comma theta, which means it is a function of likelihood function. So it is a function of x1, x2, xn, and also theta, This is what likelihood function first we consider. Simply I am considering L. What is L? Product of I is equal to 1 to n f of xi comma theta, f of x1 theta, f of x2 theta, f of xn theta, multiplication of these density functions. Now since the L is likelihood function, we can use the property of the probability density function. It is nothing but integral f of x dx is equal to 1. If you consider here likelihood function, since likelihood function is a joint density function of x1, x2, xn, so therefore we can write integral, by the definition of likelihood function, we can write integral L dx is equivalent to be 1. Integral L dx is equal to 1. So it is to be actually represented as integral and so on integral, that is n integrals, because n random variables we have, and the likelihood function, that is L, and dx1, dx2, and so on dxn, that is integrals, n integrals for n random variables, and is equivalent to be 1. This is going to be represented as, if you consider these are the n integrals, I am representing with one integral, that is integral L dx1, dx2, dxn, I represent dx is equivalent to be 1. What is the meaning of this? Integral means there are n integrals, integral, and so on, n integrals, and dx1, dx2, dxn, simply I have specified as dx, which means dx1, dx2, and so on dxn. Right, so this is what the n integrals. So totally integral dx is nothing but integral dx1, dx2, dxn. Like that, we have represented all n integrals in one particular integral, that is integral. It is to just to make simplicity, that's all, nothing else. It is only to make simple, that's all. So here you have you understand integral L dx is equivalent to be 1. So for which if you consider, right, now I am considering again, I am writing integral L dx. Now I am writing again Just now we have discussed integral L dx is equivalent to be 1. Integral L dx is equivalent to be 1. So by taking this, if you differentiate with respect to theta, differentiate with respect to theta. Differentiate with respect to theta, then what you will get? Integral, we are differentiating with respect to theta, dou by dou theta of integral L dx is equivalent to, differentiate with respect to theta, that is with respect to theta, the 1. Differentiate 1 with respect to theta, it is 0. Have you understand this? Just I have differentiate this particular equation with theta. So therefore, dou by dou theta of integral L dx is equivalent to be 0. Now we know one of the regularity condition, the differentiation and integration can be interchangeable. That is, I'm interchanging, I am changing the differentiation and integration. So first of all, I do the differentiation and then integration. So integration I put last. So now dou by dou theta of L dx is equivalent to be 0. Is it clear? So this differentiation and integration I have interchanged. Integration first, this is last, and differentiation first. Okay, like that. And then if you multiply and divide with L, that what I am doing here, integral 1 by L dou L by dou theta. I'm considering this is dou L by dou theta dx is equivalent to multiplied by L. Yeah, you have to multiply with L and divide with L. So I'm whatever I'm dividing with L, I'm keeping here 1 by L dou L by dou theta into L dx is equivalent to 0. Right. So what is this? It can be 1 by L dou L by dou theta, which we can write as dou log L divided by dou theta. Dou log L by dou theta, that is dou by dou theta of log L. What is that? Log L differentiation, it is 1 by L multiplied by L differentiation, dou L by dou theta. So therefore it is nothing but dou log L by dou theta multiplied by L dx is equivalent to be 0. Then what is this? By basic definition, for example, you consider expectation of some function of x, g of x. It can be written as, for example, continuous random variable integral g of x multiplied by f of x dx. This is for one random variable. Similar fashion we have, for example, for n random variables. Expectation of g of x can be written as integral n integrals x1 x2 xn g of x multiplied by, instead of f of x we have to use likelihood function dx. Likelihood function is nothing but joint density function of x1 x2 xn. So therefore dx, dx1 dx2 dxn. So therefore it is nothing but integral g of x L dx. Now you see integral dou by dou theta of log L into L dx. So we can write as expectation of dou by dou log L by dou theta or dou by dou theta of log L is equivalent to be 0. Do you understand? Just I have used the simple definition of expectation, that's all. Expectation of some g of x is nothing but integral g of x L dx. If you have n random variables x1 x2 xn, this is the formula. And expectation of g of x can be written as integral g of x L dx. You see here integral dou by dou theta of log L dx. So it can be written as expectation of dou by dou theta of log L is equal to 0. Clear? So we got expectation of dou by dou theta of log L is equal to 0. Let you consider equation 1. Let us consider it is an equation 1. Now you consider it is also specified in the theorem that T is an unbiased estimator. T is an unbiased estimator. Unbiased estimator of the population parameter gamma theta. Yeah. So we are writing specifying gamma theta of gamma theta. So therefore we can write expectation of T is equal to gamma theta, gamma of theta. So what is the definition of expectation of T? So since T is a function of x1 x2 xn, just now we have discussed here expectation of some function of x is equal to integral function of x into L dx. That we can specify like that, sir. Therefore integral t into t is a function of x1, x2, xn. L dx is equivalent to be gamma theta. Is it clear to you first of all? Right? Now what we want to do is differentiate. Differentiate with respect to theta. Differentiate with respect to theta. Then what you will have? Dou by dou theta of integral t L dx is equivalent to be dou by dou theta of gamma theta. I am writing gamma dash theta. Differentiation of gamma theta with respect to theta, it is gamma dash theta. I am writing gamma dash theta. Now I am interchanging integration and differentiation. What you will get? The integral dou by t into differentiation is for L, because L is a function of theta, not t. T is a function of x1, x2, xn. It is a function of random variable x, and L is a function of theta and x and theta. So therefore dou by dou theta of L dx is equivalent to be gamma dash theta. What did I do here? I have interchanged integration and differentiation. Differentiation here and integration later. Okay, first differentiation and then integration. Here we have first integration and then differentiation. That was I have interchanged. And now you multiply and divide with L. What you will get? So integral t multiplied by 1 by L dou L by dou theta multiplied by L dx. I have multiplied here, divided here. Not clear? Right. I have multiplied here and divided here. 1 by L dou L by dou theta L dx is equivalent to be gamma dash theta. Right. So what is 1 by L dou L by dou theta? That is already we have discussed in the just 5 minutes before. 1 by L dou L by dou theta is dou log L by dou theta. This is nothing but differentiation of log L with respect to theta. Differentiation with respect to theta multiplied by L dx is equal to gamma dash theta. What is this? If you consider this is g of x, integral g of x L dx is nothing but expectation of g of x. So therefore we can write as, which implies it is expectation of t into dou log L by dou theta is equivalent to be gamma dash theta. It is equal to gamma dash theta. So this is what you consider another equation, another result, another equation. I am considering two. So two particular results we have calculated here. One, expectation of dou by dou theta of log L is 0. You see here the first one, yeah. Expectation of dou by dou theta of log L is 0, and the second one, just now we have finished this. We have calculated expectation of dou by dou theta of expectation of t into dou by dou theta of log L. Dou by dou theta of log L is equal to gamma dash theta. These are the two results we have calculated. Further, if you continue this, now you consider two particular variables. Let us consider one is t, another one is dou by dou theta of log L. That is dou log L by dou theta I am considering. These are the two particular variables. Okay, if you consider, then I am calculating covariance. The covariance of calculate the covariance. That's covariance of t comma dou by dou theta of log L. That is dou log L by dou theta is equivalent to be, is going to be calculated by what is the formula of covariance? Expectation of t into dou log L by dou theta multiplied by expectation of xy minus expectation of x into expectation of y. That is expectation of t and expectation multiplied by expectation of dou log L by dou theta. So this is the formula of the covariance of x comma y. Covariance of t comma dou log L by dou theta is equal to expectation of t into dou log L by dou theta minus expectation of t into expectation of dou log L by dou theta. So, but expectation from equation 1, expectation of dou log L by dou theta is equal to 0. Therefore, this term vanish, it is 0. So, therefore, it is equivalent to be expectation of t into dou log L by dou theta. So, what is this? It is nothing but covariance. So, covariance of t comma dou log L by dou theta, it is nothing but is equal to expectation of t into dou log L by dou theta. Okay. And what is expectation of t into dou log L by dou theta? From the equation 2 we have calculated is equivalent to be, it is gamma dash theta. It is gamma dash theta. So therefore you consider this is the result, the covariance of t comma dou log L by dou theta, it is equivalent to be gamma dash theta. Okay. Let you consider equation 3. So I am considering this is result 3. Okay, after result, calculating this, now I am considering the correlation coefficient. The property of correlation coefficient, if we consider r square is always less than or equal to 1. So I am considering r square formula. It is r square is nothing but r is nothing but covariance of x comma y divided by variance of x, square root of variance of x into variance of y. That is standard deviation of x into standard deviation of y, the whole square, which is less than or equal to 1. So which implies if you square it, then this will become covariance of xy the whole square divided by variance of x into variance of y. It is less than or equal to 1, which implies covariance, which I write here, which implies covariance of x comma y the whole square is less than or equal to, always less than or equal to variance of x into variance of y. This is what the result from the correlation coefficient. Okay, now what I am doing here, I'm taking two variables. I have just now taken the two variables and I have calculated covariance. Similarly, I consider two variables. One is x is equal to t, another one is y is equal to dou log L by dou theta. Do you understand this? I have calculated these results to consider this x is equal to and t and y is equal to dou log L by dou theta, and substitute here in this equation covariance of xy whole square in this result is less than or equal to variance of x variance of y. So therefore if you consider directly covariance of t comma dou log L by dou theta, it is equivalent to, it is whole square is less than or equal to the variance of t, x is equal to t, and multiplied by variance of y is dou log L by dou theta. Okay, I calculate the right hand side. First you see covariance of t comma dou log L by dou theta, which already we have calculated as gamma dash theta. You see here, equation 3, result 3. So it is gamma dash theta. I'm writing it is gamma dash theta the whole square, which is less than or equal to, always it is represented as less than or equal to variance of t multiplied by, what is this, variance of dou log L by dou theta. If you calculate, if you apply the formula here, it is the formula variance of x is equal to expectation of x square minus expectation of x whole square. Apply the formula expectation of dou log L by dou theta whole square. Do you understand here? Minus expectation of dou log L by dou theta, that is expectation of x whole square. What is that? You observe the difference clearly. Expectation of x square minus expectation of x the whole square. This is the formula. The variance of x is equal to expectation of x square minus expectation of x the whole square. This is the formula. This is the formula of variance. So therefore expectation of dou log L by dou theta whole square minus expectation of dou by dou theta of log L whole square. So this is 0. You know, we have calculated equation 1, the result 1. Expectation of dou log L by dou theta, which is 0. So therefore you have only this term. So it is less than or equal to gamma dash theta whole square is less than or equal to variance of t multiplied by expectation of dou log L by dou theta square. Okay, so therefore if you write a less than or equal to b, so b is greater than or equal to a. So the variance of t multiplied by expectation of dou log L by dou theta the whole square, dou log L by dou theta square, which is greater than or equal to gamma dash theta the whole square. So which implies what is the result required? Variance of t, we have to prove that it is greater than or equal to gamma dash theta whole square divided by expectation of dou log L by dou theta whole square. Dou log L by dou theta, dou log L by dou theta square. Okay, not expectation whole square. Expectation of dou log L by dou theta square. So it is nothing but we can write this is gamma dash theta whole square divided by I theta, where I theta is nothing but expectation of dou log L by dou theta whole square is an information on theta supplied by the sample. So therefore, the finally what you have the result variance of t is greater than or equal to gamma dash theta whole square by I theta. So this is required to prove. So this is what Cramer-Rao inequality. What is that? If t is an unbiased estimator of gamma theta, then variance of t is always greater than or equal to gamma dash theta whole square divided by expectation of dou log L by dou theta square. Expectation of dou log L by dou theta whole square. Not for this. Expectation of dou log L by dou theta whole square. Right? Hope you understand. This is what the Cramer-Rao inequality. Remember, you keep in your mind the regularity conditions, which are very, very important. Based on the regularity condition only, there are all the entire proof of the Cramer-Rao inequality is existed, is going to be done. Thank you so much.